Hey everybody, it's Camden here. I'm gonna do a little stretching and talking because I don't have a lot of time, but today is Friday. You might have noticed that I did not run yesterday on Thursday. That was because I had some stuff come up in my life after work, which is normally when I go run, and I just did not have the time to run yesterday. Luckily, yesterday was just kind of like a recovery day. Even on my calendar, it was listed sort of as either recovery or a kind of a slow run day. So I just swapped that and Friday. So I will be doing my recovery run on Friday. And today I will be doing a 5-mile tempo run. It said 5 to 6 miles on my thing. I did an extra mile on Monday where it said 4 to 5 miles. I did 5 miles that day. So I'm going to take that extra mile and subtract it today because I'm actually running while I am on my lunch break. So yeah, I feel like it's important to be able to be a little bit lenient with yourself, especially with what days you do what. You just kind of never know what life will throw at you. I obviously was not expecting what happened yesterday to kind of pop up, but it did, and I got through it. And yeah, I think it's when you're doing something like this and you're making kind of like a training plan, I feel like you really have to be adaptable. You can't kind of be so set in your ways that you can't change anything because that really will set you up for failure. I'm holding you guys now. But yeah, getting a good calf stretch in. I think that this will be a good run today. I'll obviously still fill you guys in afterwards. I don't know if it'll be like on a walk or what, but I do want to do a little highlight. But a nice little tempo run today. This will be the first time I'm running kind of in the middle of the day. It's like 12:15 right now, in a while. So it's gonna be a little hot, but there's a truck over there. But I think it'll be pretty good. And just getting my good stretch in. I probably won't have a lot of video just because I don't have a lot of time today to record video. But I will still put my splits up afterwards and do a little recap. It's not going to be anything crazy today because it is just kind of a tempo run. But yeah, I'll see you guys at the end. So here was my workout for today. Like I said, I'm starting to get a lot of film for today, but I'm recording this after the fact because I had to go back to work after this. It was on my lunch break. So as you can see, it was about 37 minutes. Nice workout for a lunch break. Got some good, about 700 calories in, 5 miles. Average pace was at 7:20 right there, which is really perfect. We'll look at the pacing here now. This was honestly a really good workout. I stayed at this BPM of about 176, 175. That's right below my zone 5, and we'll see that in a second. And as you can see, I wasn't the most even splits. I kind of started off a bit slow and then got really faster in mile 2, and then sort of evened out 3, 4, 5. What I find was interesting was my cadence, my steps per minute went down each time. I do think that's a little interesting. I must have been kind of striding out a little bit more, and I think that might be natural for getting kind of faster for me is to get a little bit more stride out. So that's pretty interesting to look at. And then obviously, like I said, my heart rate, that zone 5 was not a whole lot, but it was a perfect zone 4 workout, staying in that range for most of it. And I think that's really what the point of a tempo run is, to kind of stay there. This next week I want to do, this was a 5-mile tempo, I want to do a 6-mile tempo run. I think that will be really good for going into next week. So let's hit this next run tomorrow. Hey everybody, it's Cam, back at it again with day 6, I believe. Sorry for my hair. I'm gonna get a haircut sometime this upcoming week, so that'll be super fun. But yeah, day 6, as I talked about yesterday on Friday, I ended up switching some of the workouts that I were doing on which day. So today, instead of being my rest day, I did just kind of 3 miles, super easy. Felt pretty good, honestly. It was beautiful out though, as you can see. The sun was setting the whole time, so it was honestly a really, really great run just for kind of the scenery and the vibes. I didn't even turn anything on to listen to on this run, which is pretty abnormal for me, but yeah, I just kind of enjoyed the nature sounds and kind of just being out on the road and running. And also, you can see from the videos that I was not running on the bike trail that I normally do. I was running through a neighborhood this time. Wanted to switch it up, so I drove to a neighborhood close by to me, and yeah, I just decided to kind of do some running in it. But yeah, it's not too much to talk about with this, but I also forgot to do my thoughts video after yesterday's run, just because I had to get back on work, like I said before. And yeah, honestly, yesterday's run was one of the hardest I've done in a while. So it was a 5-mile tempo run, so I stayed right around 7:20 the whole time. But I have not run in the middle of the day in so long. It was noon, and the bike trail that I'm usually on has trees that block the sun in the evening. But when it's noon and the sun is like up in the middle of the sky, I did not have any shade, and there was no wind, and it was like 85 degrees. So it was honestly just kind of a really hard run because of that. But yeah. Hey everybody, this is my split, or not my splits, but my workout for Saturday. I did a really slow 3 miles today. I was at 24 minutes, 8-minute average pace, a nice slow recovery run day. Here's my splits. As you can see, again, not really fast. The second mile was okay, but my third mile was a lot slower. So just kind of a chill run day. I don't really know what happened here in the middle with my readings. I also don't know why it says that at the beginning my heart rate was super high. I don't know how I even got into zone 5, to be honest with you. I think my Apple Watch was being a little buggy, but I would say I was probably more in this zone 2 or 3 zone for most of the time, rather than the zone 4 zone that it's showing here at the end. But yeah, just a nice easy run today. I'm excited to do my long run next. So here is my workout for my long run. As you can see, it took a little over an hour to complete. I got 8 miles in, so I'd like to hit a long run of maybe 9 miles or 10 miles next time. But 1,100 total calories is really good. 741 average pace is a little deceiving. As you guys heard from my recap, this was in the rain. So looking at these splits, these are kind of crazy. So I started off at 8:16, kind of settled into a nice like 7:50 range, and then you could see in mile 5 is when it started to rain, and I slowly lowered my time all the way down to a 7 flat in the 8th mile, and then that last 18 seconds of 6:37. So I was kind of booking it there at the end just because it was raining so much. I think it's really interesting that I had an average of 7:41 just with the first 4 miles would have been an average of probably like 7:53 or 7:54. Actually, probably more like 7:56 with that 8:16 mile. But yeah, this is just a really interesting run because of that. Here's my heart rate. As you can see, there's a little spot that cut out, but I find it interesting that my zone 5 was more in the middle and not at the end of my run. But again, just a really good zone 4 workout here, a nice long distance run that was really perfect for me on this day. So yeah. Hey everybody, it's Cam back. This is my last reaction video for my episode 2 of my running challenge, and it definitely has been a challenge recently. So as you guys knew, I kind of switched some stuff up around last week for my rest days. This week I took basically an extra rest day going into this week. So Sunday, I just really wasn't feeling very good mentally or physically. I had a long Saturday and didn't get a lot of sleep going into Sunday. So I did work out, I just didn't run. I played basketball. So I would still say that was decent. I think originally on Sunday I was going to do my long run. But then Monday I ended up doing my long run. So I ran 8 miles yesterday on Monday. I'm recording this on Tuesday. Yeah, I would say Sunday, yesterday or today, Monday, Monday I was supposed to run 4 miles, so I would have switched that with Sunday into Sunday, but instead I played basketball. I played basketball for like 2 hours though, and I would say it was still a pretty good workout. And so then yesterday I wanted to make sure I got my long run in, so I did my long run yesterday, and then today I took a rest day as well because tomorrow is my benchmark 5K day. And so I know that has been a lot of rest days recently, and I'm just starting the challenge, but it was important to me for today to take a rest day so that I could do my best on the 5K tomorrow. I thought about doing just like kind of a sprint out, but with my long run being yesterday, my legs kind of hurt today too. So really the biggest thing is Sunday being my bad and not wanting to run. It's a good learning experience. I'm going to probably end up switching my long run days to in the week because I think I'd be more likely to do my long runs during the week. I had a cadence going to do long runs on Friday most recently, and so I think I might kind of switch Sunday and Friday's workouts accordingly. I might just have to switch up my schedule a little bit, but tomorrow I'm going to run the 5K. I'm not sure how much video I'm going to get because it's at my job, but I will do a little thing a little video afterwards to kind of sum it up. But let me talk about my long run yesterday because it was kind of crazy. So I ended up running 8 miles. I'll throw the splits up obviously after this video and kind of talk through those, but it was on my lunch break and it'd been raining all day, and then it finally looked like it let up for a while. It was still a little overcast, so I went out and ran, and then about 5.5 miles in, it started pouring down rain. I didn't get any video of it because I was soaking wet, but I was soaking wet at the end. I was like dripping with water, which was really fun to come back home and have to dry off before I got back to work. But it was honestly a really good run. I think the reason my legs hurt so bad today is because you'll see on the splits, my long runs were supposed to be way slower than what I did. Because it started pouring rain, I started going a lot faster than I would have normally. So it was honestly a really good workout. Yeah, moving forward after this benchmark day, I'm planning to take like probably 4 miles easy on Thursday. Friday will be another tempo run. Saturday, I'm going to do a filling day. So what should have been Sunday this week, I'm going to fill in on Saturday. So probably do like 4 miles. And I'm pretty sure doing that instead of taking a rest day on Saturday, which I had originally planned, should kind of fill in what I messed up on earlier. But these next couple of weeks, so that'll be we'd have 2.5 weeks until my race. I really want to kind of lock in for it. I feel like I did a decent job last week, and then the weekend kind of messed me up. But I'm not going anywhere this weekend. Last weekend I went back to my college and visited, so That's part of the reason why I felt really shitty on Sunday. But this weekend I'm not going anywhere, so I'm hoping that I could still get some good runs in and stuff like that. Obviously, like I said, this is a challenge, so it's something I haven't done in a while, run every day or pretty much every day of a week. So having some road bumps, some time constraints to start with, but I'm hoping tomorrow gives me a good benchmark for my 5K and we can kind of build off of there going into the future. So yeah, that's kind of been how this week has gone. This will be the end of episode 2, probably after I go through over my splits for my 8 miles. But yeah, next will be the 5K, so that'll be super exciting, and I look forward to it. I'll see you guys then.